What is coconut sugar? Is it bariatric friendly? A better choice than honey or maple syrup? Bottom line, is it good for you or just big BS? Here's what you need to know right after this.
ProCare Health offers easy and affordable solutions with once daily multivitamins, including our new DS and Sadie surgery formula, increased iron, A, D, E, and K. Still just one capsule a day. Visit ProCareNow.com and use code Susan60 to get a free bag of protein powder with $60 purchase.
Hi, I'm registered dietitian nutritionist Dr. Susan Mitchell, ex-radio dietitian turned podcaster. You're listening to the Bariatric Surgery Success podcast, episode number 93. I'm here to help you cut through the health hype, give you accurate, evidence-based nutrition information worthy of all the time and effort you're putting in. Simple, step-by-step strategies that can change your life. I want you to feel well every day. Get out there, do the things you want to do. This podcast is for you. My husband came in the other day. He'd been to the grocery store and he said he saw coconut sugar on sale and he asked me about it. Have you wondered about it as well? Okay, here we go. What do you think? Yes or no? Coconut sugar comes from the coconut. It's not a trick question. The answer, no. Coconut sugar, also known as coconut palm sugar, comes from the sap of the coconut palm tree, not the coconuts. Sometimes it's confused with palm sugar, but that's from a different type of palm tree. The end product is brown and granulated. You've probably seen it in bags in the stores. Its color is similar to that of raw sugar, but the particle size is typically smaller. The sap is harvested by cutting into the part of the tree's stem, it's known as the flower bud stem, to gain access to this nectar or their sap, which is then mixed with water, boiled into a syrup, dried, crystallized into what becomes coconut sugar. When this dried sap is broken apart, it looks like raw sugar in color, but much smaller in size, like table sugar or cane sugar. And it's been trendy for a while now, especially in vegan diets because it's plant-based. People think it's more nutritious because it is plant-based, but that's not correct. In fact, science shows us that coconut sugar is almost identical to cane sugar in terms of calories and nutrition. And to be specific, coconut sugar does contain some iron, calcium, potassium, and zinc found in the coconut palm tree. And true, these nutrients are all helpful to the body in lots of ways. Here's where you listen for the but. But in the serving or the amount that you would ever typically use, there's not enough of any of these nutrients to be of any measurable benefit to your health. So coconut sugar is just that, mainly a sweetener, another form of an added sugar. So let's look a little closer at 1 teaspoon of coconut sugar. Here's what you're going to get. 18 calories. So cane sugar or table sugar is about 16. So they're almost the same. 0 grams protein, 0 grams fat, 0 grams fiber. And then 5 grams of carbs. And this is in the form, of course, a refined sugar, meaning that it's been processed down. Well, maybe you've heard that coconut sugar has a lower glycemic index than regular or white table sugar. Glucose has an index of 100. So a food with a glycemic index of 50 should raise your blood sugar levels half as much as pure glucose, right? So actually, the glycemic index of table sugar and coconut sugar are very close. Table sugar has a glycemic index of about 60 to 65, where coconut sugar is about 50 to 54. That difference is because there's a small amount of what's known as inulin. Inulin is a fiber that may slow the rise of blood glucose. But as an FYI, the glycemic index varies between batches of food and between people. So this modest difference between table sugar and coconut sugar likely has very little relevance when it comes to your health. Okay, get ready. Another hype or piece of BS that I want to clear up is that you often hear that coconut sugar is basically fructose free. So it's not unhealthy like all the other sugars with a high fructose content. Don't miss this. Tune in if you're multitasking. Come back here. Regular table sugar, or sucrose, is 50% glucose and 50% fructose. Coconut sugar is 70 to 80% sucrose. And half of that sucrose is what? What'd we just say? Yep, you got that right. Fructose. Don't fall for the hype. So coconut sugar has almost the same amount of fructose as regular sugar, gram for gram. Another sweetener choice? Yes, for sure. Miracle food? No. It's right in there with all the other many forms of added sugars that you can choose from or that you will find added to so many different products. Agave syrup, corn syrup, honey, cane sugar, raw sugar, molasses, and there are others. In fact, I have a freebie to help you out. You can use the tips in the freebie to find the hidden and added sugars in your food. I'll put the link in the show notes, or I believe it's on the homepage, breakingdownnutrition.com. Knowing the many names that added sugars go by will help you prevent dumping syndrome, as well as be in control of where your added sugars come from. So important in your transformation because you're worth it.
Bariatric Surgery Success with dietitian Dr. Susan Mitchell is produced and owned by Practicalories, LLC. All rights reserved. Remember, the content provided on this podcast is for information purposes only and doesn't create a patient-provider relationship. It's intended to provide reference material and is not designed to provide medical advice. Please consult your healthcare provider regarding any medical issues you have relating to symptoms, conditions, diseases, diagnosis, treatments, and side effects. Podcast guests express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions which do not necessarily reflect or agree with the host, Dr. Susan Mitchell or Practicalories, LLC.